$2 billion. That's what one shop, inside one airport, made last year. Not the airline, not the terminals, not parking or hotels or lounges. One shop. And there's a very good chance that the last time you walked past it, you didn't even stop. This is the most profitable store on Earth, and it was specifically built so you'd never realize it. Fast montage. Duty-free stores in different airports globally. In this video, we're going inside the duty-free business. The psychology they use on you. The numbers that will make your jaw drop. The company you've never heard of that quietly controls it all. And the moment, happening right now, that's about to tear the whole thing apart. By the end of this, you will never walk through an airport the same way again. It started in 1947. Shannon Airport, Ireland. Transatlantic planes weren't powerful enough to cross the ocean without stopping. They refueled here. And the passengers, bored, waiting, stuck, had nothing to do. An Irishman named Brendan O'Regan had an idea. What if you let them shop, but removed the government tax? No duty, no import tax. Just buy and go. He called it duty-free. The idea was simple. Remove the tax. Pass the savings to the traveler. Watch them spend. By the 1970s, duty-free was in airports everywhere. By the 1990s, it was worth billions. Today, it's worth $74 billion a year. But here's the thing. Brendan O'Regan never intended. The savings, they largely disappeared. And what replaced them is something far more interesting. Let me ask you something. When did you last actually save money at a duty-free shop? The Consumer Research Group, which ran a study, and the result was brutal. Over 60% of duty-free products were cheaper at regular supermarkets, not slightly cheaper, noticeably cheaper, when you factored in normal promotions and deals. The duty saving had almost entirely disappeared. So if you're not saving money, why do billions of people keep buying? The answer has nothing to do with the products. The answer is architecture. The moment you clear airport security, something shifts in your brain. Psychologists call it the departure liminal state. Liminal, meaning you're in between. You've mentally left home. You haven't arrived anywhere yet. Your normal sense of money and self-control starts to blur. Studies show that in this mental state, people are up to 40% more susceptible to impulse purchases. And airports know this. So they put the shops right there. Right at the exit of security. Right at your most vulnerable moment. But the placement is only the beginning. What they do inside the store is even more calculated. And they measured every single centimeter of it. Heathrow Airport's Terminal 5 duty-free walkthrough is 400 meters long, the length of 4 football pitches. You cannot reach your gate without walking through it. Every additional 100 meters of walkthrough equals 8 to 12% more spend per passenger. They built a trap, and they measured it to the meter. Casinos. Casinos remove clocks and natural light, so you lose track of time. Duty-free stores do the same thing. And the warm temperature? Research shows it increases browsing time by 15%. The first 30 meters after security, called the Golden Zone, costs luxury brands 3 to 5 times more per square meter than anywhere else in the store. Brands fight over it, because that's where you are most susceptible. And they know it. So now you know the trap. But here's the number that makes this story truly insane, and almost nobody outside the industry has ever seen it. Dubai duty-free. One retail operation. Inside an airport. Revenue in 2024, $2.16 billion. A new record. Over 20 million transactions that year. An average of 56,000 purchases every single day. That's more revenue than the national airline of most countries on Earth. But Dubai isn't even the full picture. Duty-free retail generates between $2,000 and $3,500 per square meter annually. A normal high street shop, $400 to $600. Duty-free makes 5 times more money per square meter than a regular store. And this is why airports will do almost anything to get it right. Heathrow Airport, the busiest airport in Europe. You'd assume their highest income is landing fees, the money airlines pay to use the runway. Wrong. Retail, led by duty-free, accounts for over 40% of Heathrow's total revenue. And Seoul's Incheon International Airport? Their retail income actually exceeds their aeronautical income entirely. The airport makes more money from shops than from planes. Let that restructure how you see every airport you've ever walked through. Airports are not transportation infrastructure. They are shopping malls, with runways attached. The flights are just how they get you there. Now, you've seen the trap. You've seen the money. But here's the part that barely anyone talks about. The company that quietly controls almost all of it. And you've almost certainly never heard their name. You've heard of LVMH. You've heard of Gucci. You've heard of Chanel. But have you heard of Avolta? Probably not. And that is exactly how they want it. Avolta, formerly known as Dufry, is the single most powerful company in the global duty-free world. They operate over 5,100 shops across 75 countries in over 1,000 locations, airports, cruise ships, railway stations, ports. In 2024, their total revenue hit $15.5 billion. When you bought that perfume at JFK, that whiskey at Heathrow, that watch at Singapore Changi, the name above the door changes. The owner never does. Their headquarters? Basel, Switzerland, listed on the Swiss Stock Exchange, deliberately quiet. And their real weapon isn't the products, it's the contracts. Avolta locks airports into exclusive concession deals. 10 years, 20 years. Contracts so structured that no competitor can get inside the door. In some Heathrow terminals, Avolta controls 95% of all retail floor space. You don't own the product. You don't own the airport. You own the infrastructure between them. And once you own that, you own everything. And when COVID hit, when airports went silent and the whole world shut down, Avolta nearly collapsed. They took on $2.8 billion in emergency debt just to survive. But they did survive, because when you control 75 countries, someone always needs you enough to bail you out. But here's where the story takes a turn nobody saw coming. Because right now, as you watch this, the entire model Avolta built is being challenged by a country that decided to build its own version. And it changed everything. For 75 years, duty-free was dominated by Western companies, Western airports, Western rules. Then in 2020, China looked at this $74 billion industry and made a single decision. We want it back. They designated the island of Hainan as a special duty-free zone, but with one crucial difference from every other duty-free zone on Earth. You don't have to leave the country to use it. Chinese citizens can fly to Hainan, which is inside China, and buy luxury goods at duty-free prices. No passport control, no international flight, no Western-operated store. The result? The world's largest standalone duty-free shopping complex, 280,000 square meters, and in its first full year, $7.4 billion in sales. The same Chinese travelers who used to spend $180 per trip at foreign airports, Heathrow, Seoul, Singapore, are now spending domestically, before they even board a plane. And the Western duty-free industry? It is watching billions of dollars disappear.
I finally got the new bag. They're selling out fast. Grab another one.
The model that Brendan O'Regan built in 1947 to entertain bored soldiers at a small Irish airport is now a geopolitical battleground worth $74 billion and getting more contested by the year. So next time you walk through an airport, look at the layout. Notice there are no clocks. Feel how the temperature changes the moment you enter the store. Notice there's no way around it. That store isn't there for your convenience. It isn't there to save you money. It's there because somebody, a very long time ago, figured out that a bored, slightly disoriented human being floating between two worlds is the most profitable customer on Earth. And they built a $74 billion industry on that one insight.